Hello, everyone. So I have the second batch of duck eggs here in the incubator, and they are just starting to hatch. So these guys, I think we're running a little bit behind unless my calculations were wrong. So I was actually getting a little nervous about them, but then two of them pipped this morning, and pip just means the very first peck that they make to break their eggshell open. And now I have this one in the front is literally gonna hatch probably within the next 10 minutes. The one egg all the way in the back is also starting to zip, which means they're like pecking around in a circle so that they can push like the cap off of the egg. This egg right here has only pipped so far, so it's probably not gonna hatch for a while. And then the third one, is probably gonna hatch like, I don't know exactly when. And it's not a redo. The first 3 ducklings did hatch. They are in their brooder right now, fast asleep. This is a completely separate batch of duck eggs that are hatching today. Oh, did you guys just see that? It moved. This is the one that we're watching right now because it's gonna hatch soon. I'm so excited. So if you can't tell, because there is obviously fog on the incubator and there's not much I can do about that. You can see like at the top here, that is like more broken like egg pieces, but it's actually broken about at least halfway around the shell. So it's getting pretty close and it's moving a lot and I'm so excited. So I was in the process of just posting a video here and I started hearing it like they were chirping and I was like, oh my goodness, it's happening again. So I'm excited. Oh, look at that. It's moving so much. I'm also really happy because I feel like the lighting is a lot better this time. Last time I was trying to do a live egg hatching video, I just felt like I couldn't really see that much. So if anyone's asking about names, I'm definitely taking duck egg suggestions, but I haven't picked them out yet. Some names that I like so far are cheese, pumpkin, spice, mango. There's been quite a few that I've liked so far, but I don't have anything totally picked out yet. And every time I see this egg move, I'm like, I'm gonna freak out. I'm so excited. And I'm wondering what colors they're gonna be because it's just like the last batch, which hatched on, what was that, Thursday, Wednesday? I don't even remember. I got one of each color. I got a spot duck, which looks kind of similar to a snowy call duck, and then I got a gray call duck, which is gonna look like donut. It's brown. Don't ask me why they're called gray, even though they're literally brown. I don't know. And then I also got a pied call duck, which is gonna look like Duncan, if any of you guys remember Duncan. Oh, it's hatching. Okay, it's happening. It's literally happening. I am gonna freak out. Hi, baby. Oh, I see some black feathers. That's exciting. Okay, okay, now of course it's going into the fog so you can't see it. Let me see if I can move you guys. Okay. Wow. A wing. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm excited. Wow. Okay. Cute. So cute. So cute. So cute. Okay. Lots of black I'm seeing. Lots of black. It might be a gray call duck, but I don't know yet. You guys probably just hear my fish tank in the background, but what you don't hear is that it's chirping. Okay, here it is. We have a child. Hi. Look at... Oh. Oh my goodness. You are so cute. It's got black feet. Wait, I don't even remember. Does my other gray duck have black feet? Oh, my baby. Okay, it's fine, guys. That scared me a little bit. She just like flopped over there. But that's normal. Poor guy has never walked in its life, just came out of an egg, was probably really cramped in there. Hi, baby. You see my face? I am your mother. Accept me, please. Hi. I think it's gonna be gray. Oh, it's so cute. It's wobbling a lot. Hi. That's a lot of wobbling for a cute baby. Okay, I gotta text Duck Dad and tell him we're parents. Oh, it's got one little tiny piece of beak shell on it. Or beak shell, that's not a thing. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, don't mind my phone. I'm gonna text a picture of this to Duck Dad. Okay, that's really nice, just flopping over. Like, we could name this one Flip Flop. It doesn't really fit the theme, but like, it's cute. Oh yeah, knock into your little brother and encourage your little brother to hatch. Also, what time is it for me? It is 9:04 p.m. And they don't have names yet. I'm waiting until I know which ones I'm keeping before I give them names, because like giving them names, I'm gonna become really attached, let's be honest. Okay, the fact that it just keeps flopping, I feel so bad for it, but like, I know it has to stay in the incubator and get warm and fluffy and encourage its siblings to hatch. Hi, little baby. So you guys missed when the third egg of the first batch hatched, but I was like so worried about it because when it did finally hatch, it needed a very, very small amount of assistance, but when it did finally hatch, it was wobbling like this and I was so worried about it, but it was fine. I'm just like a nervous parent. Also, thank you so much, Miranda Decker, for sending the gift. I think Paprika is definitely a very cute name. I'm totally open to hearing all of your name suggestions, guys. Please feel free. An anonymous employee also just sent a gift. Thank you so much. So, fun fact, Munchkin actually did have 2 babies, I think in 2021. And so I hatched them specifically for a friend of mine that wanted to start raising call ducks. And they grew up and they were named Salt and Pepper. So we already kind of have a Pepper in the family. Pepper looks just like Donut though. And Waterfowl Life asked, how do you feel about Coco? Coco is definitely a cute name, especially for a cute little brown duck, which this one is going to grow up to be brown. I did already have a duck named Oreo. If you guys have been here for a very long time, you might remember her. Okay, my poor other eggs being smacked around in the incubator. But just everybody remember, it's kind of a good thing when they get a little bit shaken up because it encourages them to hatch. And especially like since this one is being so vocal, that's also going to be encouraging the other ones to hatch. I do have a duck named Donut already. So Munchkin's baby is named Donut, and the father of Donut is Maple. And then with these ones, so this egg, I believe, is one of Munchkin's egg that just hatched. Baby, you just hatched, and that was so much work. You should take a nap. They look so silly when they first hatch. I wonder how that not third egg, but the egg in the very back, I wonder how that one's doing. Because that one was definitely making progress before, so I expect it to hatch somewhat soon. Can't make any promises there, but I'm not totally sure. And if you were watching the last live stream, you would remember that I had to leave. And so I just left it on, and I figured you guys would get to watch the third egg hatch. Well, I don't know what happened, but it literally just turned off. I didn't turn it off. My phone didn't die. It just turned off. I'm going to take some pictures of this cute little darling, though, because it's adorable. So cute and fresh. I was really hoping my sister was going to be here to watch these ones hatch, but she's not. So maybe she'll see it on live. You know, it would probably help if I put a battery in my camera. Hi, baby. It has oxygen. Don't worry, guys. It has plenty of oxygen. There is a vent in the incubator. It's actually, you see that little knob right there? That's the vent. So it's breathing. Don't worry. How long does it take for them to hatch? So the entire hatching process can take around 72 hours. So it starts by they peck into the air cell in their shell. And that's when they start breathing in air, basically. Then they make a pip, which is the first like crack in the eggshell and the outside of the eggshell. And so that external pip, once they do that, it takes a lot of energy. So they'll take a nap for like 12 to 24 hours. And then they start zipping. And zipping is when they like make a circle around the eggshell. And then they actually start hatching and coming out. And once they start zipping, they usually come out pretty quickly. Like when I was on live the other day, it really only took them maybe less than half an hour. These guys started zipping a couple hours ago, but it was just like super, super minimal, like just like 2 or 3 little cracks in the shell. But then I saw this one start like fully starting to zip, and I was like, oh, they're coming. It's okay to go to sleep, baby. You just spent a lot of time hatching. So we totally get it if you take a nap. I feel like it's calling to its siblings, like, guys, I'm all alone. Please come hatch. So the last one in the first batch to hatch was also a gray. So it'll be interesting to see what colors come next. I'm excited. And I just can't hide it. And I still have to post. I was literally in the middle of like editing a post. And so it's like 9 o'clock now and I haven't posted, and I'm working on it. There's so much fog in the incubator, my pictures are not turning out, but I like to have pictures of them hatching, you know, save for later. Put in a little baby duck scrapbook. That doesn't actually exist, but if it did. Oh, I do like the name Coconut. That's a good duck name. So I really love the mango pineapple refresher, which is like from Dunkin', which is why I want to name one Mango. But I don't know, pineapple doesn't really feel like a good duck name to me. I just like really like cute names like Munchkin and Pumpkin, you know? Coconut is good too. And what was the other one I liked? Oh, oh wait, I said that. Pumpkin and Spice. I really, really, really like the name Pancake, but I'm saving the name Pancake for a duck that is pancake colored. And this one is definitely not going to be pancake colored. So the name Coffee. So I actually technically had a duck whose name was Kava, and Kava means coffee. I think it actually means coffee in a couple different languages. And Kava was actually Munchkin's sister. But I feel like I already kind of had the name Coffee because Kava means coffee. But I don't know. I got to think about that one. Churro is so cute. That would be a very cute name. Of course, you can't totally see the duckling because of this fog in the incubator, but the incubator has to be super, super humid while they're hatching because if they don't have enough humidity, they can actually basically get shrink wrapped by the membrane inside of the eggshell, and then they have a really hard time hatching or they won't hatch at all. And we definitely don't want that. So I can't open the incubator to release the humidity. I just have to wait until the rest of the ducklings hatch, and then I'll be able to take them all out. I do have a duckling, or not a duckling, but an adult duck named Avocado Toast already. So for those of you who don't know, my ducks' names are Munchkin, Maple, Sugar, Mr. Whip, Donut, Raven, Bubbles, and Avocado Toast. We have a cockatiel named Kiwi, though, so I can't use that name. Oh, this baby is so cute. And I really want to, like, peek at that egg in the back and see if it has made any progress. I can see that this egg in the front only has its one little pip still. But I can't totally see the one in the back. Yeah, I really do not have a good enough view of that one, unfortunately. I do like Croissant too. I don't know if I already said that, but Croissant is cute. I try to stick with a like breakfast or like Dunkin' Donuts theme. Just because that's what I name most of my ducks after, but like then again, I do have a duck named Raven, and actually one of the ducklings that I have in there that's asleep right now in the brooder, it has what looks like cat ears or bat ears on its bill. Like it's two little triangles. It's so cute, and I was thinking about naming it Batman because then it could be like Batman and Raven, but I'm not sure yet because like Batman doesn't really fit the theme. I don't know. Oh, resting its head on its brother that hasn't hatched yet. That is so cute. I'm taking a picture of that. Hi, Duckling. You are just too cute. A little scraggly, but cute. I can never get my phone camera to focus. And I just recently learned that phone cameras not like focusing, like that weird thing where they like focus and then as soon as you click the button they come out of focus. Apparently that's just an iPhone 13 thing. Like they just do that. And I didn't know that, but apparently that's a thing. So I always struggle to take clear pictures, and I'm lucky if I get one that is clear. Like, I'm pretty sure all the ones I just took are very blurry. So there's someone I follow on TikTok and Instagram who just got a duckling and named it Clover. I believe the is at Sweetwater Ducks. Waffle! That is the name that I was forgetting. Waffle is another name that I really, really, really love. I really like Waffle. And someone earlier said pumpkin spice and latte. That's really cute. Like, I already liked pumpkin and spice, but if we, like, add a latte in there, even better. And this is coming from someone that doesn't even like pumpkin spice lattes. I'm not really a pumpkin girly. It's not my thing, but... Oh, this is so precious. I would really like at least one more egg to hatch before I end the live. Because, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I usually go to bed at 9 o'clock. It's past my bedtime. And, like, this one I know is probably not gonna hatch tonight because it, like, hasn't made much or really any progress. That one hasn't made, like, barely any progress. But that one in the back over there is, it's getting there, I think. It hasn't, like, clearly zipped. Like, when I put the live on, this one that just hatched was, like, I knew it was gonna hatch really soon. But that one in the back, I'm not totally sure. I love that this little duckling's feet are all black. I just think it's so cute. He's wobbling, and I hate to watch it, but... Imagine, like, being crammed in a tiny little shell for 26 days. And I think these guys are actually on 28, but normally they hatch on day 26. And wait, no. I think today's actually day 27. My bad. I can't remember. I lose track of time. Funny story about these eggs. So I originally put 7 eggs in the incubator. And I had a lot of eggs from, I believe, Raven and Bubbles. None of those ones were fertilized. So that's why I had 2 separate batches of duck eggs going at the same time, because the first batch, half of them weren't fertilized, and I was worried. I was like, well, you know, if, say, one of the eggs, or even 2 of the eggs don't hatch, then I just have a single duckling, and it's not good to raise them alone. So I was like, I guess I'm going to put more eggs in the incubator. And I did. And now we have all 7 hatching. Now, of course, the side of the egg that I can see right now, I can't see any of the, zipping going on. But I know that egg in the back was trying, at least. Crumble or crisp, that's very cute. Pringles. So I do like Pringles because Munchkin, one of her like viral posts was a picture of her with a Pringle on her head. Peanut is cute, and I think there actually was a peanut flavored or a peanut butter flavored donut at Dunkin' like Halloween 2 years ago. And unfortunately, this is not one of Raven's children. None of Raven's eggs were fertilized. I'm not sure what's up with my male ducks, but they were not doing their job, I guess, because Raven's eggs aren't fertilized. I tried, though, because she lays, like, I would love to see a mix of Raven and either Maple or Mr. Whip, because I think Raven would have really adorable little duck babies. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm just seeing this at a different, like, angle of light, but to me it looks like this egg right here made one more pip than it had before. But I could be wrong. This one still looks like it just has one, and the one in the back I can't even see. I think someone said Eggies come on, and that just reminded me that Egg is also a super cute name, in my opinion. Our little baby is unfortunately hiding, first of all, behind the humidity, and second of all, the humidity reader in there, it's kind of just sitting right behind that. So, can't really see it. I feel like I just heard something move, but I didn't see anything move. Cinnamon. Oh, I had a duckling named Cinnamon once, and it was a boy, and I was heartbroken because it was so beautiful. Like, genuinely one of the prettiest ducks I've ever seen in my life. But I actually sold it to a friend of mine who was in 4-H because I couldn't have any more males, unfortunately. For those of you that don't know, ducks need to be kept in some pretty, like, careful ratios. You don't want to have too many, you don't want to have too many male ducks because they'll hurt your female ducks, and that would not be good. So I try to keep at least 3 females for every single male. But right now I have 6 females and 2 males, which is like the bare minimum. And I'm like, I should probably get a little bit more than that. Butter Pecan, I also love that name. Fun fact, Maple's full name is actually Maple Pecan Swirl, because when Duncan had the Maple Pecan Swirl, I was obsessed with it. Like, it was my favorite thing ever. And I don't even really drink coffee anymore, but if they ever brought that back, I would drink that in a heartbeat. I think Apple is also a cute name. Like, apple cider. Cider! I love the name Cider. I feel like someone else just had a good suggestion or comment, but I can't find it. Oh, why do you name your ducks after food? So it kind of started a long, long time ago, back in 2017, when I had 2 ducks that were brown, and I thought they looked like coffee, so I named them Cappuccino and Frappuccino. And then after that, I got my first miniature duck, which was Munchkin, and I was like, well, since she's my first mini one, I'm gonna name her Munchkin, because, like, she's mini. Munchkins are mini donuts, you know. And then after that, I just kind of stuck with the theme of, like, breakfast foods, Dunkin' Donuts theme. I don't know how Raven ended up here, but somehow we also have a Raven. Okay, so I am going to shine a flashlight over here to see what is happening with this egg. I really can't tell. Like, it's just pipping in a spot where I really can't see it, but I want to keep you guys updated so you know, like, if it's gonna hatch soon or not. I think, if I'm correct, I think the side that the pipping is happening on is now the bottom because it got rolled a little bit by the other duckling. Because now I don't see the pipping at all. But it was definitely there, I'm positive. But it looks like that one, the third one right there, still has 2 pips. Or 2 pips, which is technically the start of a zip. But Crust is cute too. Crust would also be good for a Toast baby. Because, like, you know, if Toast had a baby, it just would kind of make sense to call it Crust. I'm going to spin this a little bit so you guys can maybe get a better view. I'm going to do this as carefully as possible, of course. But hi, babies. So, yeah, I still can't see what that third egg is doing, but maybe soon we will be able to see this little guy hatch, because I don't know what's going on there. Also, if you're wondering where the duckling is, it's behind the humidity reader. Cute little babies. Yes, I am definitely releasing another calendar this year. Fun fact, actually, the August picture for the 2023 calendar is actually the one that's right there on my wall. It's Mr. Whip. And I have been, like, very much thinking about what pictures I'm going to use already. This winter, I took some amazing pictures of the ducks for, like, November, December, and January in the calendar, and I'm super excited to share those with you guys. But, the calendar is, like, one of my favorite parts of the year. And I know it's only August, but I like to have it done by, like, October, just in case, you know what I mean? And yes, the eggs do move. Someone asked if anyone else saw them move. So when they, like, make a peck in the shell, they shake just, like, the tiniest little bit. So you might see that. Yeah, the duckling maybe it doesn't want to be on camera because it's hiding from us. Oh, it's actually sleeping. I'm not going to move it because I don't want to disturb it, but it's literally sleeping with its bill. There's, like, a tiny little, like, I guess a little shelf behind the humidity reader, and it's got its little bill resting on it. Loaf. I love that. That's a very cute name. And actually, full name Lemon Loaf would be adorable because I love Lemon Loaf. It's, like, the best cake ever. How many eggs are in there? There is 4 in here. Someone said you should do pictures of the ducks swimming in different fruits for the summer. Fun fact, I already have a watermelon downstairs waiting for that. It's a tradition here that my ducklings' first swim happens in a watermelon. And so I've done it ever since Dunkin' and Donut hatched, which was, I think, in 2019. And then I did it with Salt and Pepper, which are the ducks that I raised for my friend. And then and then I did it last year with Hash Brown Montana and Avocado Toast. Ducklings look so cute when they first hatch because when they're like not totally dry, but some of their feathers are dry, like this guy, they look like they kind of have little bald spots. Oh, he's coming out to see us. How nice. Hi, baby. Okay, I just finished uploading my post to Instagram, so now I have to post it on YouTube for all of you. So today I actually took Munchkin to a waterfall, which is super fun. So that's my post today, which it's just going to be a shorts post, but I thought you guys should know. So I'm going to keep some of the babies, but not all of them. Honestly, like, people always scare me when they talk about call ducklings and, like, call duck eggs because since they're a miniature duck, they can have more difficulties hatching. A lot of people, like, will put an entire batch in the incubator and none of them will hatch. I don't know if I'm just lucky or if I'm just really particular with how I hatch my ducks, but I've never really had a problem hatching call ducks. One thing that can happen is that as they start to like get to the point where they're supposed to hatch, they don't because they're so small, their bills aren't big enough to actually make that first pip in the shell. But I try not to breed ducklings that have like extra small bills because I want them to be able to hatch naturally. So the only problem I ever had was actually a couple days ago, and that was when the last duckling to hatch was basically like a breech baby. So ducks are supposed to hatch on the fat end of the shell because that's where the air cell is, but this one pipped on the skinny side of the shell, so it wasn't getting oxygen. And after, I think it was 24 or 36 hours after it pipped, I was like, okay, I need to help this guy a little bit because I know it's not getting oxygen. And then I helped it just a tiny little bit. I made the hole a little bit bigger so it could definitely breathe, and then it was able to hatch on its own. But in that case, it was because it was, upside down in the egg, not because it was bred to be too small, should I say. Actually, when I was growing up, my favorite donut was the strawberry frosted donut with sprinkles. Probably just because it was pink and not because I actually liked the flavor. But strawberry is definitely cute for a duck name. Sugar Cube. So I actually do have a duck named Sugar, and she's not very nice. She's a very spicy little duck. Where did I get the duck eggs from? So these are all from my own ducks. So my ducks laid the eggs and I put them in the incubator. How long have I had ducks? So I got my very first ducks as a gift for my birthday when I turned 5. And I'm 22 now, so I'm not good at math. 17? 16? 17, yeah. 17 years of duck fun. Autumn asked, what did I name the ducklings from the other day? I didn't name them yet. I'm waiting to figure out which ones I'm keeping, and then I'm going to give them names because I feel like if I give them all names, I'm going to get too attached, and I don't want to use names and then end up giving the ducklings away, and then, like, I already used the name and I can't use it again. Because, like, what if I name a duck, like, Pancake is my favorite name, and I know that none of these ducklings are going to be named Pancake because I want the duckling to be pancake colored, and since I don't have pancake colored parents, I know that these ones are not going to be pancake colored. But like if I use the name Pancake and then I give that duckling away, I would be so sad because I would want to name another one Pancake. I saw another good question. Oh, do you keep the duck feathers? Yes, I do. So right now it's actually molting season, which means that my ducklings are or not my ducklings. My ducks are losing all of their feathers and molting, and now they're not going to be able to fly. But they'll grow back soon, don't worry. But I always pick up all their big feathers because they're so fun, and I literally just have a drawer full of feathers in my desk. Oh, this baby is so cute. Starting to get a little bit fluffy. As you can see, its feathers are like poofing out. Hi, baby, I'm your mama. You know, it's crazy that like when horses are born, they can stand up pretty much immediately. Meanwhile, ducklings literally flop upside down because they can't figure out how their body parts work yet. What do you feed the babies? So when they stay in the incubator, they don't actually need to eat anything at all because they have just absorbed their yolk sac, so they can survive off of that for up to 3 days. But once they come out of the incubator, I feed them Missouri waterfowl starter feed. I think it's about 22% protein, which is really good for them when they first hatch. But once they're about 2 weeks old, then I cut the protein to be a little bit lower because I don't want them to grow too fast. But yeah, Missouri waterfowl starter feed. And then to cut the protein, I add a grain. So usually it's like oats or something. And yes, Autumn, it is bad to give ducks bread. Not only is it kind of hard for them to digest, but bread is also just not good for them in general. Like, basically, they'll fill up totally on bread, especially wild ducks that are just fed, bread from humans. They'll just eat bread and then they won't eat anything else. And like, even as a human, if I only ate bread, that wouldn't be good for me. And it's the same for ducks, but because they're so small, even just giving them, small amounts of bread, that's a lot, and it has a lot of sugar in it, so definitely not good for them. Okay, I actually do like the name French toast, and it is kind of a problem because I pretty much don't call avocado toast avocado, I just call her toast, so I wouldn't want to call this duck French. I don't know, that would be a little odd. It wouldn't fit the theme, but I like the name French toast. And Clementine, that one's cute too. How can you tell the gender of the ducks? So when they're adults, it's much, much, much easier. But when they're babies, they can either be vent sexed, which I personally will not do. I think it should only really be done by professionals and people that are trained on how to do it because it can be very easy to hurt a duckling when you try to vent sex it. However, you can get them either DNA tested when they're super young. Almost nobody does that. Or you can wait until they're a little bit older and then you can get, you can tell by the sound of their voice or their colors. And someone asked who my favorite artist is. If we're talking about like music artist, Taylor Swift. I'm obsessed. That's why you see my shorts videos have Taylor Swift songs pretty often because I'm a Swiftie. Yes, I do like the name Crust for any of Toast's babies. And I thought I saw another good comment that I wanted to answer, but now I can't find it. Whose baby is it? I believe this is Munchkin and Maple's child. I'm not seeing any more progress on these other ducks here. So I might just, I don't know. I don't want to keep you guys waiting here and then it, doesn't hatch. Someone said, can't you feed ducks grapes? So I definitely prefer to feed them like a main diet of duck feed because it has every essential nutrient that they need. But as a treat, ducks can definitely have grapes. You just want to make sure that you cut them because ducks can choke pretty easily. I'm going to do some investigating here again because I'm like, I really thought this one over here was gonna hatch soon. Like, I thought it was gonna hatch pretty soon after I put the video on, but now I'm not so sure. I don't know where like the zip was. I think it's on the side that I literally can't see. And this one, oh, the one in the front just literally shook. This one in the front has like 3 little holes. This one still has 1. So we might not see them actually hatch until morning. It's kind of hard to say. Hi, baby. Honey bun is definitely a cute name too. I used to love eating honey buns when I was younger. Is this a different batch than the last stream? Yes, this is. So the last stream I had 3 eggs. This one I have 4 eggs. My duck's favorite snack, I mean, Munchkin is just obsessed with ice and strawberry ice water. And to my surprise, my ducks don't really seem to like peas. I feel like most ducks like peas, but not mine. They do eat watermelon though, and they really love dried bug snacks like mealworms and black soldier fly larvae. What do I do with the rest of the ducklings? So I'm probably going to keep 2, possibly 3, and then the rest can either be rehomed to bachelor flocks or anybody that needs a male duck. I have a lot of duck friends, to say the least. I run a 4-H club, and I know a lot of duck people, which is pretty fun. And call ducks are actually pretty popular, so I don't usually have any trouble finding them good homes because most people raise call ducks just as like companion animals. Some call them lawn ornaments. They're not usually bred for meat or for eggs because they're such a small breed, but they're pretty popular. This baby is going to be so cute. And I just finally uploaded the video of Munchkin swimming in the waterfall on my shorts. So if you want to see Munchkin hanging out in a waterfall, you can go check that out. Can you feed ducks grass or hay? So ducks will eat grass all on their own, but you generally don't want to give them grass clippings because grass clippings is like the whole like long piece of grass, and that can actually like cause an impaction, whereas when ducks eat grass on their own, they're just breaking off like small bits off the top, so it's easier for them to digest and for it to go through their whole digestive system. Someone said they're in 4-H, and I love it. Happy to hear that. I'm a 4-H leader. We actually just finished our fair yesterday, so that was super exciting and a lot of fun. Do you take your new ducks in a car to see how they react? So the first car ride my ducklings ever go on is the car ride to the vet when they're about a month old. I just get a fecal sample done and have them just checked out, to make sure that they're good before I introduce them to the rest of my ducks, because I definitely would not want to make my already established flock sick with adding new babies. So that's their first time ever in the car, and I think since I've started doing that and they get exposed to it at a young age, they're like pretty chill about being in the car. Whereas like my older ducks like Maple and Raven, who never had that experience, they are kind of more like freaked out when they're in the car, which is why I don't bring them places, besides the vet, of course. Where do you keep your ducks when it's really cold or a heat wave comes? Nothing really changes. Ducks are pretty good at regulating their own body temperatures. When it's cold, they'll stay inside of their shed and they just won't come out. I put up some tarps on the side of their pen to protect them from the wind, but ducks absolutely love to go and play in snow, and they love to eat ice, of course, in the winter time. And then in the summer, when it gets really hot, they'll go in their pool or sit down in the shade and take a nap if they get hot. Or I can give them icy treats and stuff, but they stay out in their pen even when it's pretty hot out. Melon is definitely a cute name too. S'mores is a cute name. Why did you buy Mallard? I'm not totally sure what you're referring to. I don't have a single Mallard duck. All of my ducks are call ducks, except for Raven, who is an East Indy. Are call ducks better than Pekin ducks? Call ducks and Pekin ducks are very different. Call ducks are one of the smallest breeds. Pekin ducks are one of the largest breeds. So there's definitely pros and cons to both. Like if you get a call duck that was bred to be too small, it could have health problems because it was bred to be so small. And if you get a Pekin duck that was bred to be too large, it's going to have problems like arthritis, and it could have foot problems or trouble walking around. You might have to limit its diet, that kind of thing. So there's definitely pros and cons to both. Aliana asked if they've tried Stewart's ice water yet. They actually have not. So I believe Stewart's is only in the Northeast, or even maybe just only in New York. So I've tried Stewart's. I love their ice cream, but I haven't taken Munchkin yet because she's, not very close to one, unfortunately. Do my ducks live double lives? Absolutely. I'm not totally sure what their double lives are, but like Munchkin, by day she's just a regular duck. By night she's an internet celebrity, so she's definitely up to things. Do I ever worry about them flying away? Definitely not. So my ducks do have the ability to fly because they are a miniature breed, so they can fly quite well, but they don't fly often because they have no reason to fly. Like I give them food, I give them water, I give them shelter. Everything's pretty close by. There's not really a reason to fly away. The only time I ever had a problem was once I had one of my blind ducks get scared. And because she was blind, then she couldn't find a way home. And then one time, my ducks got super, super, super scared. And Donut flew away, but I got her back. I could try to bring it closer for you. It's like you guys are sitting on my like phone stand, so it can only get so close, unfortunately. Oh, guys, we might have progress. We do have progress. I'm so sorry, but you guys are literally not going to be able to see it because, like, I'm so sorry. You can't see it. There's so much fog right here. But this one, I can see its bill. Oh, how I wish you guys could see this. I'm so sad for you. This is kind of hatching in an awkward spot. Usually they make a pretty, like, clear circle when they hatch, but, this one is not totally a circle. So, yeah, I can see this one's bill. It's literally so foggy, I can barely see it, but it's hatching. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna try and turn this for you guys so you can maybe get a better view, but I'm just being honest with you. It's probably not gonna be fantastic. I have to move it really slow because I don't want to shake the eggs. Alright, so there it is. And as you can see, it's foggy, unfortunately. But this baby is probably gonna come out soon, maybe? I don't know. It's so foggy that I can't even completely like tell what's going on, but I can see its whole beak. So it's definitely working on it. For you guys that can't see, the beak is literally right here. That little part that's moving. How long do ducks live? So that is a tough question to answer because ducks are raised mostly as like farm animals and livestock. They don't always live to their full life expectancy, but when they're raised as pets, they can live into late teens or early 20s. It doesn't happen super frequently because they're mostly raised as like livestock and they're outdoors, and a lot of times they get eaten by predators or they just aren't taken care of in the best way because they're farm animals. But ducks like mine, who are raised like in predator-proof coops and they have a good quality diet, can live into their teens or 20s. I would say average for a duck is anywhere from 5 to 15 years. My oldest duck right now, well, I know that Munchkin is 6 years old, and I think that Maple is probably closer to 7 or even older than that, but I got him when he was an adult, so I don't totally know. Will they think I'm their mom? Yes. So the other 3 ducklings that are currently asleep definitely think I'm their mother. And they're not going to think that for their whole lives, but they think that right now, and that's fine with me. As someone asked if the hatch duck is okay, yes. So imagine being crammed into something the size a little bit bigger than a golf ball, and then all of a sudden, you can move. It's probably a little weird. You don't know what your body is. You don't know how it works. You don't know how to move everything around. And that's what this poor duckling is going through right now. So it's totally normal. I was a little concerned a few days ago when the 3rd duckling from that batch hatched and it was flopping all around, but it turned out just fine. I wish I could have like a squeegee in here or something to like wipe the windows down so there wasn't fog and that you guys could see it. But unfortunately, it is just not in the cards for you guys to see this. Unless it's like, unless that duckling comes over here and moves this egg, you might not actually see it hatch, but I'm still just like confused by how this duckling is trying to come out of this egg. Like, I can see it moving right now, and it's got its whole beak out, but like the egg isn't totally broken. And like to hatch, they need to like kind of take the cap, like the end of the eggshell off in a circle. And this one hasn't done that. It just made a big hole for its bill. It looks like its bill is tan though. It could be tan and black, but it definitely has some tan on it, so it's probably going to be a different color than the one that just hatched. Blueberry is a super sweet name. I actually almost named Munchkin Blueberry because blueberry was my favorite flavor of Munchkin, but I decided to just call her Blueberry. I mean, Munchkin. Wow. Can you guys tell I'm tired? I literally go to bed at like 9 o'clock, and it's 10 o'clock here. But I couldn't miss the birth of my children, so I gotta be here for this. How long does it take for them to become fuzzy? So it definitely depends on the individual. The first two that hatched the other day, I felt like it took them so long to become fluffy. Like, I want to say at least like most of the day, because they hatched in the morning and then they still weren't totally fluffy in the afternoon. I want to say they were fluffy by the end of the day though. Can I know their breed? So these are all call ducks. What is my opinion on Indian runner ducks? I absolutely love runner ducks. If there was one breed of ducks that I would raise, that isn't a bantam-sized duck, it would definitely be runner ducks. They're some of my favorites. Can you help the ducks hatch? So I absolutely would prefer not to. Most of the time, if a duck egg needs help hatching, there's something wrong with it, and it probably wouldn't survive anyway. But in certain circumstances, there are cases where you're going to like need to help the ducklings hatch. So like a couple days ago when my duckling was essentially breech, so it was backwards when it was trying to hatch, that one needed a little bit of help, but I could essentially just make a bigger hole for it and then it was able to finish hatching on its own. Like this one, yes, it's starting to hatch right now and it doesn't have the full like zip completed, but it can still do that. You know what I mean? Like it still could take another 12 hours and figure that out. Just because it's staying in the egg for right now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Are they waterproof when they're first born? So when they're hatched like in an incubator like this, they are not waterproof when they're born. But when they're hatched by a mother duck, the mother duck sits on them, of course, and then her natural oil is transferred to the ducklings, and then they can be mostly waterproof. Do I have any yellow ducks, or is that a different breed? So adult ducks are never yellow unless they have fatty liver disease, or they eat too much corn, or they have a problem with their oil gland. But ducklings, I do have one yellow duckling right now. Usually yellow ducklings grow up to be white ducks. It's not always true, but usually. I have 8 adult ducks right now, and then I have the 3 ducklings in the brooder, and then this one duckling right here, plus these 3 eggs. Any tips for beginners? I would definitely recommend making sure you're feeding your ducks duck food. A lot of people start out with feeding them chicken food, and while they are pretty similar, they're not the same. And duck food is much, much healthier for ducks than chicken food. Autumn asked if I can take the duckling out that's already hatched. Unfortunately, I can't open this until all the eggs have hatched, because essentially what happens is I open the incubator and then the humidity in there is going to escape. Like right now it's about 75% humidity, and so all the humidity would escape. And when the humidity escapes, the membrane inside of the eggshell shrinks, basically like shrink wrap around the ducklings, and then they can't hatch because they're stuck. So it's best to wait until all of the ducklings have hatched before opening the incubator. And in case of like an emergency or something where you had to open the incubator, it would be a kind of interesting process. So what I would do is I would bring the incubator into the bathroom. I would turn the shower on, get it nice and steamy and hot so there's a lot of humidity in the bathroom, and then open it up for the best chances for the ducklings. But fun fact, ducklings can actually survive inside of an incubator without coming out at all for 72 hours. They do not require food or water because they just absorb their yolk sac, which contains all the necessary nutrients that they need for their first 3 days of life. Do ducks play with toys? Kind of, but most of the time, no. Like, my ducklings, I'll give them ping pong balls because I think it's really fun to watch them, like, push the ping pong ball around. But, like, the adult ducks just mostly like to swim. And then someone asked, can the ducklings see the first few months of being born? Yes, so for the most part, they open their eyes as soon as they're born, and as far as I'm aware, their eyesight is just as good when they first hatch as it is when they're adults. And yes, someone else just said my ducklings could spot planes before me when they were less than a week old. That is so true. Ducks in general have better eyesight than humans. So they can see things very, very high up in the sky that even we can't see, which is good for them because they need to keep an eye out for aerial predators. Someone is asking about the name Keopi. I'm not totally sure if I pronounced that correctly, but I try to stick with like a Dunkin' theme or a breakfast theme, like, you know, food names. And honestly, I don't know what Keopi is, so I'm not totally sure about that one. Cinnamon Rolls is a very cute name too. Someone said they got a Welsh Harlequin and a Silver Appleyard. I love Silver Appleyards. I would really like to get a miniature Silver Appleyard. I can't get full-size ducks because my ducks are miniature and you don't really want to mix sizes together. So I can really only stick to 3 main breeds, which is Call Ducks, East Indies, and miniature Silver Appleyards. And I already have Call Ducks and I already have an East Indie. But if I could get a mini Silver Appleyard someday, that would be great. I'm going to shine a light on this just to see what is going on with this egg. Yeah, it's certainly interesting the way this one is trying to hatch. It's just weird, honestly. And before you ask, I'm going to give this one much more time to give it a chance to hatch on its own, but of course, if it is unable to do that, I will assist, but I don't like to do full assists. Like, I'm not going to yank it out of the eggshell. I would probably make a couple small little cracks to help it keep going, and then let it finish on its own. Am I keeping the ducks? So yes, I am keeping some of them, but not all of them. Cake Pop, that's super cute. I do love the name Waffle. Like, I would love to have a duck named Waffle. So I really thought this one right here was gonna like hatch like now, but I'm not so sure anymore because it still just has like that small hole, which like it's got its whole beak out, but I don't know. And then our little duckling friend is rolling that egg over there around. And this is the egg that only had 1 pip in it. So I think it still only has just 1 little pip. Well, now the pip is on the other side since the duckling rolled it around, so not totally sure. Michael said every waffle needs a chicken. You are so, so, so right. And thank you so much for sending the gift. I really appreciate that. Our little baby duckling is so cute too. I'm going to try and raise you guys so you can maybe see like the duckling better. Sorry, I don't mean to block your view, but I need to spin this thing so I can fix it like that. Yes, that is a cute little duckling right there that you are seeing. For here is the one that might hatch soon healthy. There's no way to tell if they're healthy until they hatch, but you will find out. Also, I like how like right where like this like less foggy spot right here is where the egg is starting to hatch. But it's interesting the way it's doing that. And this one still has 3 little cracks, so not much progress there. This little baby is so cute. Not really seeing much progress with this one. You're peeping a lot, baby. Maybe the peeping will encourage your friends. Then you'll have someone to cuddle with. I feel bad watching them shake, like when they hatch, because I'm like, oh, they must be cold. But they're not cold. It's literally 98 degrees in there. Well, 98 and a half, actually. 99. I keep switching. Okay, this one... It's hard to say if this one just made progress or if that's how it looked before. I honestly don't know because it's been literally so foggy. Hi, baby. Oh, okay. It is making progress. I'm 100% positive this time. Okay, so I'm gonna be right back because I'm ready for bed and I need to take my contacts out and put my glasses on or else they're gonna dry out. But I'll be right back. This one's making progress, but it'll take me probably 5 minutes. Okay, this one is making more progress. Let me try and spin this for you so you guys can see. Now you guys can see the hole. The little baby's so cute, and this other one, it's gonna be so cute too. I haven't even seen it yet, but I know it's gonna be cute. Oh, see guys, now you can see the bill. Once this one hatches though, I'm going to bed. Sorry. I don't see much progress in these two, so they probably won't hatch until the morning anyway. Okay, it looks like this bill is a little bit black, a little bit tan, and if I had to make an early prediction, I would say it's probably going to be a pied-colored duckling. But what do I know? It could be gray. I don't know. Just watching its little bill is so cute. When do females start to lay? So a lot of people will say like around 5 or 6 months, but last time I raised ducklings, they didn't start laying eggs until 11 months old. When it comes time to take them out, are they scared or do they nibble? So my ducklings love to nibble on my nails because they're done right now. My nails are almost never done, but they're done right now. And they have loved to like nibble on those. And I feel like everything is scary when you're just like born and have no idea what anything is. But to be fair, these ducklings think I'm their mother. So they already hatch out liking me. They know my voice because I talk to them while they're in the eggs. So they can't be too scared. Oh, look at that. Did you guys see that? It just like stuck its bill out a bit. I would really like it to hatch soon. What happens when your female call duck doesn't lay by 11 months? Nothing. Sometimes that just happens. It's life. Just like with other types of animals, some animals, start earlier than others. I don't have a name for my fans, to be honest with you guys. Would you ever let one of your ducks hatch their own eggs? So, Donut and Duncan were actually eggs that Munchkin had hatched. Are these the same eggs hatching as the previous live stream? No, that live stream I had 3 eggs that were hatching. This one I have 4, and those ones hatched a few days ago, and they're currently asleep in their brooder. And these ones are hatching literally live right now. So someone said Keopi means coffee. So I actually already have had a duck that had a name that meant coffee, which was Kava. So I don't totally, I feel like if I name something coffee, I'm kind of like repeating the name again. I don't know. I have a hard time deciding the names because I like so many names. Yeah, so my fish tank light, I think that's what you're referring to. I did just turn that off because, it's time for the fish to go to bed. I usually turn the light off in here at 9 o'clock. So, look at it, guys. It's moving so much in the egg. Oh, I just want it to hatch so bad. Oh, look at it. I think it wants to hatch too. It's probably kind of hard for you to see, but this little spot right here, that's an eggshell that's stuck to the side of the incubator. I can't see how far around this duckling is because like I think the like zipping starts at the bottom and then it goes up. So I can't totally tell how far it is. But once it gets like 3/4 of the way around, that's usually when they actually come out. And it's at least 1/4 of the way, but it could be halfway, I just can't really tell. And that peeping was the baby that's still in the shell. Oh, I love it when it just sticks its whole bill out like that. Oh, I'm still here. I'm just paying attention to the ducks. Like, I'm so focused on this one because, like, it's trying to hatch. What happens if they hatch while I'm asleep? I mean, these two over here probably maybe will hatch in my sleep, and they'll see me when I wake up. So it's all good. Oh, the baby is working on it. He wants to hatch pretty bad. Can't blame him for that. I would want to hatch if I was him too. So I will not know which ones I'm keeping until probably a few days from now. And Duck Dad, by the way, I am keeping him updated on everything that has happened. He already met the other 3 ducklings, of course, but he'll get to meet these ones tomorrow. This little guy is definitely making progress, though. I know. I feel like it's been since I started this live, it's been 87 minutes. So I thought this one was going to hatch a lot faster than that, and unfortunately I can't really tell how far this one is because I can't see the bottom of the egg. But it's making its way around, slowly but surely. Like, it's almost to the top at this point. baby. I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice because I've just been talking for 87 minutes. But I'm just gonna focus on this little baby. And yeah. I might, if I move you guys just a little bit higher, you might be able to see. See, the problem is if I move you guys like up here, like to give you a downward view, this incubator is rounded, so it's gonna be like distorted kind of view. And I think the fog is better than the distorted view, to be honest. Okay, this one literally just moved. I watched it. This is so exciting. We're all just here together watching little ducklings hatch. Alrighty, we are still making progress. Okay, we are making a lot of progress. I would say this baby is gonna hatch soon-ish, and I feel like I said that earlier and then didn't happen. But now I'm really for real saying it because it's like, I mean, I can see feathers at this point. Oh, see guys, it's hatching. It's really doing it. I want you guys to have the best view possible, but it's kind of hard. I'm so excited. It looks like these feathers are black. So maybe it's another grade duck. Maybe it's pied. I don't know. But it's coming, that's for sure. It's, I know you guys can't see the top of it, but it is rounding the top corner now. I hope these two become friends and cuddle all night. Someone asked, said that you have to get 2 ducks. Yes, you do have to get 2. You can't just have a single duckling. They don't tend to do very well on their own. And can I get a girl and a boy, or should they be the same genders? If you only have 2, I would get 2 of the same genders. But you could get 1 of each. It's just that the best thing you can do is have at least 3 females for every 1 male. But some people have pairs and they do just fine. Things get more tricky once there's multiple males, because then they're going to need at least 6 females for 2 males. So it gets a little tricky when you add more, but I prefer to keep at least 3 females for every 1 male. Okay, guys, it's happening. This little baby is quite a ways around. Hi, baby ducky. Feel free to hatch anytime you'd like. It's wiggling, so it's coming. I don't know. I think it's going to be pied. That's what I'm going to say. I think it's going to be pied, and that's exciting. For those of you that don't know, pied is what Duncan looked like. She was black and white with like patches. Oh, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. This baby is really trying to wiggle out, but it's hard. She saved up all her strength to hatch, and now she's got to use it, and then she's going to be nice and tired. Oh, do you guys see all this wiggling? It is going to happen, but hopefully soon. Well, I mean, I don't say hopefully soon. It is happening soon. I know that for a fact this time. Hi, baby. Oh, she just pushed a big piece of shell off. Oh, come on, baby. Mama's here. And I can't wait to see your pretty little face when you hatch. You're so close. So close. Good job, baby ducky. You're getting there. Oh, okay. Things are happening. Ducky is moving. Oh, she's so close. It looks mostly black from this point of view. So maybe it is gray and it just has a pale colored bill. Oh, I see a yellow wingtip. Yellow on the face. There's her wing. There she is. Hello, baby. Oh, hi. Hello. Welcome to the world. Hi. You're so cute. I think this one is gray. I'm not sure. Wait, no. Maybe it is pied. I'm not sure. You guys can be friends now. Hello, welcome to the world. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching our little duckling come to the world. You just angle this a little bit. So this baby is mostly black, so it's gonna be hard to see in there, but I'm honestly still not sure if this duck is gray or not. Usually gray ducks have, which end up growing up to be brown, have a much more black colored bill, but technically my ducks could be mixed, so I don't know. Oh, it just yawned. And again, there's not much progress on this egg or the other ones, so I'm definitely going to end the live before these ones hatch, so don't feel like you need to stay to watch that because they could hatch in the middle of the night or tomorrow. I'm not sure. And just a reminder, the shaking that you see the duckling doing is totally normal. Poor guy was crammed inside of an eggshell for 27 days. So coming out into the real world is a little weird for them. They're meeting each other.